My daughter's a bit cheeky. She keeps doing these little cheeky things when I'm around her, starts singing like, she started singing Mo Salah. She lives just on the outskirts of Liverpool. She knows I play for City and she knows, obviously, Liverpool's the team that I used to play for. So, you know, when I'm with her, she starts singing Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, like messing me up, winding me up. So for me, to have that relationship with my daughter, to make her know like it doesn't matter, like if I play for City, whatever you feel, you can do. Like you're from Liverpool and your family, your mum's side support Liverpool and that's what you want to support, that's no problem. But she comes to my games, my son is in love with football. He's 16 months and I promise you, just wait on it. I promise you, just wait on it, he's scary. Originally, my mum came to England to study. She left me and my oldest sister with my gran. You know, as adults do, they make decisions. She made the decision to go to England first to study, and you know, once she kind of settled and you know got her qualifications that she wanted, she then settled down in England and then was able to bring forth me and my sister to come and to live over here, really. And it was one of those, you know, I was kind of jealous that, you know, some of my friends were with their mums, and as probably, I don't know if you've heard, I lost my dad really young, I think probably 2 years of age. So everyone around me had their mums and dads, and you know, I was just there with my grandma, even though as much as I loved her, you know, everyone wants their mum at that age. We lived in Harlesden, northwest London at first. We then got a house in Wembley where I spent majority of my childhood, and you know, I was probably a naughty kid in school, a really naughty kid in school. I'd never really liked to listen to anyone apart from my mum, so I got kicked out of primary school. So I went to a naughty kids primary school. Not exactly kicked out, they just said I need you know, more attention because there's a lot more kids in classrooms, so I needed more attention. So I went to school like that. But then we used to get picked up and dropped off, and I remember seeing, you know, as a young kid, seeing girls walking by and boys walking by, and they're walking together and they're laughing and they're enjoying and they're just walking home free. But I was on this bus for 4 years, just going back and forth, and I was like, no, I want to be like everyone else. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm as normal as them, you know. There's nothing wrong with me. I just didn't like to listen. That was my problem. Then I started to, you know, really put in my work in school, really started to listen. And then told my head teacher, like, I want to go to a mainstream school, and I worked for that. I got my ideas buckled up when I then met with this guy called Clive Ellington, who then became my school mentor and, you know, made me see much more to life. You know, he brought me places with a lot of the other kids that he was mentoring. You know, we'll go on trips, and he just sat me down one day, and as he probably did with every single one of the other boys and girls that was there, said, what do you enjoy doing? You know, what is your love? What do you see yourself doing? And for him to ask me that, I just said, oh, no, I really like football. I love playing it. I love, you know, scoring goals. And he laughed and he said, oh, lucky enough, we've got a Sunday League team, you know. How about you come around next week? Then I went there and, you know, it was amazing because first time I've got into a football team and first time I've ever really got into something that, you know, got me disciplined. You know, I had to be up early, you know, on a Saturday to go for a tournament, or if it was training. So it was something that really installed discipline into me again, and really, you know, fell in love with football from minute one. From I started playing these games, I wanted to do it every day. You know, I didn't really want to hear about school. I just wanted to play football every minute, football, to the point where, you know, my mum can see that that's what I really liked, and she started to help me out to get my football boots and little things like that, and played in a few tournaments, and then I got scouted by a few teams. And you know, obviously when you see the big teams like Arsenal, Fulham, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to go to Arsenal because it's the biggest team. And I remember having a conversation with my mum and saying, you know, and she was talking to me and she was saying, look, I love you and everything, but I don't feel you should go to Arsenal. And I was saying, like, why is this? I'll never forget, she said, they'll have 30, 40, 50 other players just as good as you, or even better. And if you go to a lower team and work your way up, I think that will show your level more. And from then, the decision was made to go to QPR. And exactly what she said was really true, because I look back at it now and look at all the teams like Arsenal, Chelsea, the amount of amazing talent that comes through there. And from that small thought that she had was amazing because it worked in our favour, and I felt like it was the right place for me at QPR, and the way I developed as a young player and the attention they gave me was amazing. From that day, I really then started to put my focus in football, and started to take everything seriously. Made sure I had to finish my GCSEs, made sure I got the grades I needed to get, as a backup. So, I got my 2 C's and a B. So, I was happy with that for a child that wasn't 100% in his bookwork. I'll take that. And then started to really put my focus into football, started to dedicate my life to football. And, it was a great journey, to be honest with you. If I can tell you every single detail, I'll try to remember it and let you know. But no, it was amazing. From that moment, I played for England on 16. I said, yeah, this is me. A lot of teams then started to be interested in me as a 15-year-old. I made a decision at 15 to go up to Liverpool, which is, 3.5 hours away. I said to my mum, I want to go to Liverpool. It was a great club, a massive history. But I thought to myself, to get away from my friends. As a young child, I was like, nah, I need to get away from it. At the time, there was a lot of stabbings. There was a lot of silly crime going around, and I didn't really want to get caught up with that. To the fact that I went up to Liverpool, was in digs for the first year, was going to a school up there now, and it was just literally school, home, football. So it was like just a cycle, something that I was just doing repeatedly, and some of my friends said, "Oh, Raheem doesn't talk to us anymore," but they're now still my best friends. So when I then made it professional, all friendships came back. I had a 2-year period, 15, 16, 17. I had a 2-year period where I went ghost, as people would say, shut down from the world, and built myself as a person, as a football player. I'd go back to London if I had a day off and just see my mum. I wouldn't even go to see my friends and hang around. It was just back to see my mum, see how my mum and everyone's doing, and go back up for training in school. We're all on this journey together. It wasn't just me. My sisters played a massive part in my life. My mum's played a massive part in my life. My cousins from Birmingham played a massive part in my life, and it's not really about the money or the house, but it's just to show the appreciation and show the love. My sister's birthday the other day, and she was living in the house that we grew up in, and the other day I just said, here sis, I'm gonna take you for a meal. She didn't know, and got her a house, and it's just to show them thank you for everything you've helped me with. I've been a pain in the backside over the last couple of years and growing up and stuff, but you don't spend I'm talking about getting home at 12 o'clock, 11:30 at night from training from Heathrow, and we're not driving. So my sister'd have to come with me, and we'd have to take the 18, 182, 140, so that's 3 buses after school. And we'll get there for about 5:45 from 3:15. We'll get there about 5:45, 15 minutes to training. Finish training about 6, 7, 8, 8:30, 8:30, 9:30, getting home. It was sometimes getting home 11, 10:30, 11 at night, ready for bed for school again. And sister, how old she should have been, about 17, 18, didn't complain once. Never ever said, I don't want to. Literally, it was just Raheem. Everyone was knew when football, Raheem, everyone just knew it was just my love, and they all were so happy to help me. Do you know what's crazy is there's this perception of me that I love bling, I love diamonds, mate, I couldn't give two Scooby-Doos about. Literally, there's not one thing about me from 14, 15 that's changed. If I had Primark, H&M, Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, it doesn't matter. If I like this, I'll buy this. I don't need to necessarily buy the expensive thing. I don't really give a Scooby-Doo. If it's expensive and it's nice and I feel like I need it, then I'd buy it. So people have me as this guy that's very showy off, which there's never been a picture of me showing anything off, not a house, not a car. So I just don't know where that comes from. Listen, you do you, I'll do me. I've got football to concentrate, and I'm not letting anything get in the way of what I want to do. I look at the best players in the world, your Ronaldos, your Messis, and what do? They are very ruthless, very decision-making is, they have 3 chances, 2 and 3/4 of them are goals, literally 5, they have 5 chances, 3 are goals. So, you know, I started to look at that aspect of my game and say, okay, well, if I want to get to that level and I know I can get to that level, so what do I need to do? I need to work. I need to, you know, be that guy that says I want to improve myself. What am I going to do to improve myself? How do I improve myself? And that's not just your footballing ability. You need to do everything off the field. So when it's in season, you put in as much time on the field and off the field as you can, and that's why I think my level's going up, and I'll try to go even a level above that again to get better, and that's what I'm looking to do. So if I can get Google Maps up and I show you my back garden and Wembley Stadium, it's like a mountain, you know, like a mountain's just like right there, and so your house is here and you just see this big object. It was just literally like that over your house. There's a train station here, and then Wembley Stadium's above there, so you just see this humongous like stadium just chilling on the top. So, you know, building and building until I'm gonna be the King Wembley Stadium one day. That's my dream. I've said it, and that's what I want to do.